All right, so we'll start. I'm Miss Acosta. This is Google Classroom 101, just to make sure this is Google Classroom 101. And I am Cindy Acosta. I'm a sixth grade teacher. You can always reach out to me at my email. It's cacosta@sbusd.org. So the Google 101, today we're going to explore the features. It's more exploring the features such as the stream, the classwork, people, students and guardians. How does it work to assign for students to join and parents to join, and the grades, and how to manage the stream and editing the banner. So it's going, and we're gonna use the actual Google Classroom to explore more into details. So to begin with, so this is Google Classroom. And let me zoom in a little bit so you can see more into detail. So once you create a classroom, as you know, this is the main page that students and teacher first come up with, and it's the stream. And in the stream, you would find the name of your class, the class code that you would give to the students for them to join. And you can always copy the code and share it to the students in the chat, or you can copy the invite and send them to them as well. And then in this stream, you're gonna find each assignment that you give to the students, the most recent assignments, and any announcements that you provide to the students. Now, and the upcoming, like if you give a schedule if you schedule assignments, you give them deadlines, it will come up here. So the students can keep track of like, okay, this is what it's due, this is what I need to turn in, if you assign it to them with a deadline. So with the stream, I'll explain right now how to manage it. So in the stream, you can notice that we have these assignments and we have an announcement. This is called an announcement. So in order to just have announcements, you're gonna go into the widget on the right. And then you're gonna go where it says general. And where it says classwork on the stream, there you're going to be able to choose if you want the classwork to appear right away in the stream, or if you want them just to be able to look at it on the classwork. So how does it look like? So if I choose to hide notifications, that means that I'm not going to allow the students to see in the stream the assignments. They will only be able to see it in classwork. So how does it look like? I'll show you right now. So I click save. Always click save once you do a change. And as you can see, you only have the announcements now. So it's a little bit more organized, because I know once you post a lot of assignments, like the announcements go all the way down and you don't have the assignments. So you have now the announcements. And if you go to classwork, however you decide to organize it, you still have the assignments there. And the students can still look at the assignments there. It's up to you. Now, if you decide again to have the assignments appear here, you go back to the widget and then go to classwork on the stream and then show condensed notifications or show attachment. If you decide to show attachment and details, it means that you want the students to be able to see right away the files that each assignment has. Okay, so this is how the stream works. And again, here, and then you go to classwork on the stream, and then whatever option you decide. Now, another thing that you can do, in the announcement, each announcement you create on the stream, students can either make an announcement themselves, make another post themselves, or they can comment. However, you have the power to manage if you want them to comment or post. So if you don't want them to post, like you do, like say like just today is minimum day, or a student just wants to talk to a friend and they put like, hey, this person, you don't want them to have that type of availability, you can just go to class settings, and again you go to the stream, not classwork on the stream, just the stream. And in here you just allow the teacher, you can just allow the students to only comment. That means they can only comment on your announcements. If you allow them to only comment on your announcements, that means they can only comment right here below. They cannot make their own announcements. They can only comment below. But if you don't want them to be commenting publicly at all, you can just go ahead and go back and click on the widget and change it to only teacher can post or comment. And that way students are not able to be commenting or posting. But it's your choice. I know sometimes students can help each other while they're commenting. And sometimes I don't like them to post because if they're posting, your announcement might start going down. If your announcement starts going down, like I had an announcement right here, you can make it go up by moving to the top. By clicking to the 3 points and you just move to the top. And it appears at the top. So that's the stream, and that's how the stream works. Now to change the banner, and this is more optional, it's more like your choice to change the banner. If you don't like this picture or you want to personalize it for your students, you just go ahead and select a theme or upload a photo. If you select a theme, there are options that Google Drive, Google Classroom gives you. And these are some generals. There's English and history, depending on the subject. If you're having Google Classrooms by subjects, there are plenty of options for math and science, arts, sports, and others. And you just, again, click select class theme. And it will change it. If you just want to make it more personalized, you just click upload photo and you select one from your computer. It has to be rectangular because if it's like a square, it's going to be too zoomed in. So you select from your computer and you choose a picture. And you are able to edit a little bit more. And you select class theme to make sure that it actually changes. And there you go. So now, and I'll have time for questions at the end. I know we have a lot, we have just a few minutes, so I just want to make sure I go through everything. So classwork. In the classwork, you're going to find the assignments that you give the students. You can organize it by topics. I know some teachers decide to organize it by week, like the topic would be the week, the week and the assignments that they're going to give that week. If you're going to create the topics, you click on create and then topic. And you put the name of the topic. Like right now I'm missing science and social studies. So I'll just go ahead and write down science and I'll just go ahead and add it. And it's right here. And then if I want to another one, topic, again, and just type the name of the topic. If you don't want social studies or science to be at the very top, you can just move it down, move it up or down. So you can move down and keep moving it down. Or you can just move right away by grabbing it all the way to the top. So if I want SEL to be the first thing that the students see, I'll just move it to the top. If I want Reader's Workshop to be the next, because that's like our next subject on the schedule, I can also grab it and drag it to the top. And in order to give assignment to the students, you can just click create. There are different type of assignments. I'm gonna go more into detail with the assignments on Google Classroom 102, but if you want to create an assignment for the students, there are different options. You have assignment, quiz assignment, questions, materials, or you can reuse a post from another Google Classroom. Reusing a post means that you're gonna reuse it from another classroom. And also here you have the Meet, the link if you want to use it as a way to connect with the students. It's right here. The class drive folder means that all the assignments, all the materials, and all the work from the students, it's gonna be saved into a Google Drive folder. So if you click on the class drive folder, all the assignments that these are the assignments. So these are the the main materials I gave to the students. And each of my students' assignments, it's going to be in each of the folders. So I gave them an assignment about creating their own graphic organizer. Their work, it's going to be here. Now, if you just want to see all of their work right away, if you want to see their work in just one, either another way to see it as well is just going to the assignment. So for example, writer's workshop, and just click on the assignment, the people that you have assigned, and you can see their work. Then you just click on the student, and it's gonna open another page where you can just see it and give them the grade. This is one of my colleagues, that's why she hasn't done it, but that's how it, if they did the assignment, it would come up here and you're able to give them a grade here or give them a private comment. If you give them a private comment, no one is able to see it except for the student. Only the student can see it. So you can provide feedback for them right in this box. Now, let's move on to the people. In people, you can add teachers. So in teachers, you can invite them. You can look them up. Like if one of my colleagues, if I'm looking for them, I can just click on them and then they will get an invite for the class. So if you want them to also be adding assignments for their students, or somebody else that you would like to, that is, if you're a co-teacher, you can add them as well in your class. Now students, you can add students, like I mentioned before, by giving them the code or copying the link and sending it to them in Zoom. Or I know at the beginning of the year, I hadn't contacted the students. So what I did, I looked them up. So you can look up the students by their name, and they'll get an invite. Now, if you have a parent, and also another feature that you have here in People is that you can invite guardians. If you invite guardians, guardians are able to get a weekly summary about their students' progress, if they are turning in assignments or not. That's all they can see, if the student is turning in assignments or not. So if they're turning in, so in order to invite them, you need to click invite guardian and put the email of the guardian. The guardian then it's going to receive an email, and he or she must accept the invite in order to receive that weekly summary. So by clicking invite guardian, putting their email, and just clicking invite, and they'll receive an email with the invite. So how does the guardian summary look like? I'll show it to you right now. Here's an example. They will receive an email that looks like this: what missing assignments they're having, what are the upcoming assignments, and what assignments were due last week, and if they turned it in or not. But parents must accept the invite. If they don't accept the invite, they're not going to receive the weekly summary. And then finally, in grades, you're able to see a big overview of what the students have been doing, your grades. Like if you want to have a, see, okay, how is Margarita doing with all her assignments? You can see right away here if they've been turning it in or not. And you can still give a grade. Even if they haven't turned it in, you can still give them grades. So now, question time. We still have 5 more minutes. So if you have any questions, let me know.
Yes. On that Guardian email, or is that based on whether they turned it in if they click submit, or is that based on an actual grade? Like you have to give them the 0.
That's the thing. Yes, that's an excellent question. So student, it will just tell them if they turned it in or not.
Okay, and so
Yes.
that's based on the student clicking the submit button.
Yes, so that's something we need to be careful with because students may turn in blank assignments.
Yeah.
So yes. So still, it might not appear in the Guardian summary that they are not actually doing it, but I know some students might forget to click turn in, and it might still appear as missing, so parents are aware of it. But it also depends on that. If the student is turning, it's really alert of clicking the turn in button, then it's still going to appear as if they're doing it. Yes.
Okay. And then I have another question that's been kind of bugging me for a bit. When you return a grade, an assignment,
yes,
what happens? And I guess my question comes from the kids that don't do the assignment, right? So at
yes,
some point they earn a 0. Now, when I check it, I'll give them the 0 and then I'll return it. But I know that there's a distinction there because Google Classroom always asks me to double check that I actually want to return the assignment because it's missing, right?
yes.
So am I doing it wrong, or what's the benefit or not no benefit to doing it that way?
There is a benefit. So there is a benefit. And I do tell parents, so that was what I'm going to talk about in 102, but I can just go quickly. So students are able to see their missing returned assignments and, if I'm not mistaken, assigned, returned, and missing assignments. So let me show this real quick. And that's what I tell parents. And sometimes they take screenshots of their missing assignments or returned assignments to let them know your student's getting a 0 because they're turning it in blank.
Okay.
So, and if this is the student view, so if the students are using their account, and I recommend telling parents this, they can go into classwork. And then they can click on view your work.
Okay.
And when they click view your work, they can see assigned, and they can see all of it. They can click also on assigned, returned, and missing.
Okay.
So if they are clicking turn in and they're blank, still when they click on return, if they click on return, they can see that they're not doing it. Because if they're getting a 0, it means that they're not doing it. So you can tell the parents that, like, okay, this is a screenshot of your student's classwork, and this is why they're getting a 0, because they're not doing their work.
Okay. Perfect.
So parents can do that from their student's computer. You can also do it, send a screenshot real quick. One more minute. If you click on the student, so if, for example, if I click on Lisette Melendez, it's going to give me a summary of all her assignments.
Okay.
And again, you can see the ones she turned in, the ones you've returned. So like I give her already a 5 out of 5 because let's say she did it. But if you returned it because she clicked turned in without actually doing it and you gave her a 0, you can take a screenshot of that.
Okay.
Plus the missing assignments as well.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. No worries. I'm glad I was able to help.